Hi, I'm Scott Newnham, the CEO of Audio Advice. This video is a really unique one that I've wanted to do for a while. During the pandemic, my wife and I were riding our Peloton and using our home gym constantly. Like many people, somewhere along the way, we tapered off our usage. Then, when I was testing some wireless powered speakers, I thought that I could hook those up to my Peloton and make my workout experience a lot more fun through great sound. I was so amazed at how better sound got me using my home gym again that I decided to test a host of wireless speakers that you can see behind me and create this video on the best speaker systems for Pelotons and home gyms. I'm going to refer to Peloton throughout this video because that is what I have, but everything here applies to the other major equipment providers who have systems similar to Peloton. So, without further ado, let's get started. Most people love to enjoy music while they work out. Peloton and other equipment companies have figured out how to mix music and instructor audio tracks to create an engaging experience. Most equipment, however, has relatively low performance audio compared to what you can get with wireless powered speakers. I've ridden in the Peloton studio twice, and it was incredibly fun with the high performance speakers pumping out great music. My goal was to see if I could replicate a really good audio performance both for the Peloton and also for music I wanted to play while I worked out. I dragged lots of speakers from Audio Advice to my home gym for testing and have chosen the best speakers that I would recommend to my friends at each price point. We've developed a more in-depth review of each speaker at audioadvice.com, so I'm going to focus this video on helping you figure out which speaker systems might make the most sense for your home gym setup. Technically, you can use a 3.5 millimeter plug to connect most powered speaker systems to a Peloton or similar equipment. However, most people will want the speakers farther away and won't want the cord in the way in their room. So I only included wireless powered speakers in this video that have Bluetooth 5 or higher, which has low enough latency that there's not a substantial lip sync issue between what you see on the screen and what you hear from the speakers. Additionally, if you're going to invest to enjoy music in your room, you'll want a left and right speaker so you can hear everything in stereo. To get the best experience, you will want speaker stands that raise the speakers up so your ears are in the dispersion pattern of the speaker, whether you're on a bike, treadmill, standing, or even on a bench. These will be taller speaker stands that I'll talk about at the end. I'm going to start with the least expensive solution and work our way into incredible high-performance systems that could take the place of a normal hi-fi system. The first speaker is the JBL Partybox Encore Essential Portable Speaker. JBL makes it super easy to pair two of these speakers with two button presses, giving you a left and a right speaker. You then connect the speakers to your equipment through Bluetooth. JBL's Partybox speakers are designed for parties and gatherings with friends. The speakers have multicolored LED lights that can be set to different colors to create a party ambiance when they're playing. This can be really fun while you're riding a Peloton or just jamming to music while you're working out. They're super simple to use. They've got a 6-hour battery life and they're splash resistant. So if you ever want to take them on a trip or out to the pool, you can easily do that. Two of these playing will easily project well over any equipment sound you have running and have enough bass to fill a small exercise room. The Encore Essential currently retails for $299 a piece, so if you set these up as a stereo pair, it will cost you around $600 plus the cost of stands if you don't have a good cabinet to put them on. If you like the look of the Encore Essential but want more power or bass, then check out our review on the entire JBL Partybox lineup, which includes the Encore plus the larger 110, 310, and 710, which each progressively bring more power and capability. Okay, now let's shift from using a Partybox type of speaker to a more traditional hi-fi speaker setup. The concept here is that many of us grew up loving music and enjoying it with great stereo systems. As cheap, smart speakers have proliferated, the magic of great sound has gotten lost for many of us. These next speakers are akin to bringing back that great music and hi-fi experience, but do so while you're working out. This brings us to the Klipsch the 7s, which are more like an audiophile system compared to the Partybox solution from JBL, but are also more expensive. The 7s have 1-inch titanium tweeters with Tractix horns combined with a 6.5-inch woofer. Like most powered speaker systems, the right speaker has all the electronics in it, including all of the inputs and the amplifiers. As you step up to this full hi-fi solution, in addition to Bluetooth, you also get HDMI ARC, optical, USB, and analog RCA inputs. One big advantage of higher performance powered speakers like these is that the designers can use active electronic crossovers so that each driver in each speaker receives only the exact frequencies matched up to that driver. Like all the speakers in this video, you can flip a switch and change which speaker is the primary in case anything you connect to is closer to one speaker than the other. They support high-res audio with 24-bit, 192 kilohertz resolution. What makes these stand apart and make this list is that they are generally considered soundbar killers, meaning they can play way deeper and better than almost any soundbar, and they're easily controlled by a television via their HDMI ARC connection. If your exercise room television has an HDMI ARC output, you can just connect them with an HDMI cable, power them up, and use your television remote to turn the volume up and down while watching videos during your workout. While not likely used in a home gym, these do come with a phono stage input, meaning that you can plug a turntable straight into them without having to purchase a separate phono stage. These have the Klipsch signature sound with powerful drivers and high output capability. One point to note though is that if you plan to regularly bounce back and forth between inputs, bear in mind that you set the volume using the remote or the dial on top. So when you switch to Bluetooth, you may need to turn up the volume on both your Peloton and on the speakers to get maximum output. Most people will just set the speaker volume to midway and use their Bluetooth device to move volume up and down. Additionally, these do not have Chromecast or Apple AirPlay 2. So if your preferred method of playing music while you work out is to stream via Chromecast or AirPlay 2, these are not going to be your best bet. If you will primarily use the other inputs or Bluetooth for streaming, then the 7s are a fabulous option. They come in both black and walnut finishes and aesthetically match the Klipsch Heritage Series look. If you like the look of these speakers and they have all the functionality you're looking for, but you want more output, Klipsch the 9s are basically the same but bigger, with an 8-inch woofer for more bass output. At the time of this video, the 7s go for about $12.99, and their bigger brother, the 9s, go for $14.99. Both the 7s and the 9s also have a subwoofer output, so if you have a larger room and you want more bass, you can easily connect a matching subwoofer. Be sure to check out our full overview and comparison of the 7s and the 9s, which is linked below. Now we're going to move on to the Mac Daddy options on this list, the JBL 4305P and JBL 4329P powered speakers. If you are into audio, you 100% know the name JBL. Most of the music and movies you watch are mastered on JBL studio monitors. If you've ever wanted to put a great hi-fi system into your home but never had the place to put all the equipment, this is your shot. These speakers combine all the components of an audiophile grade hi-fi system into the speakers and combine them with super high performance speaker drivers. The end result is nothing less than spectacular. Like Klipsch the 7s and the 9s, the 4305P and 4329P use the same inputs electronics as each other, but the 4329P is larger with bigger amplifiers and drivers. The 4305P uses a 1-inch compression driver with a high-definition imaging horn combined with a 5.25-inch pure pulp black paper cone woofer with a cast frame. The 4329P steps up to a slightly better 1-inch compression driver and moves up to a larger 8-inch woofer. Before I go any further, it's important to understand the level of components JBL has included in these speakers. These speakers use digital to analog converters called DACs that convert the digital audio stream to the analog you hear with audiophile grade 24-bit 192 kilohertz resolution. Now, let's talk about the inputs on these. First, they have a pair of pro-level balanced XLR inputs and 1/4-inch phono plugs. In addition, you get a 3.5 millimeter analog input, a Toslink digital input, and asynchronous USB input for use with computers. And obviously, they have Bluetooth 5.1 for connecting to your Peloton. However, What also sets these apart from the other powered speakers on this list is that they can play lossless CD quality or higher resolution music over your network using Apple AirPlay 2 or Google Chromecast from your phone, iPad, or even computer. This is way simpler than you might think, allowing you to easily stream music to these speakers while you work out, which sounds dramatically better than what you can get over Bluetooth from your Peloton Stream. We've made a setup guide that we send to all purchasers showing you how to easily set up your powered speakers and how to easily stream to them. Trust me that it's way more simple and fun than you might imagine if you've not ever done it. You also get a nice little remote, or you can access inputs and volume right from the front of the primary speaker. As you step up to the more expensive JBL powered speakers, you pick up some pretty cool features. One of them is that, unlike the Klipsch speakers, you do not need to have a wire between them. They can actually communicate wirelessly, which is what most people will do in home gyms. However, they do come with an Ethernet cable, and if you connect them with it, it actually steps up the resolution from 24-bit 96K to 24-bit 192K. I've tested them both ways, and for the vast majority of content, including full CD quality, you don't need a wire. Both of the JBL powered speakers have enormous slam, but if you step up to the larger 4329s with the 8-inch woofer and dual front ports, you will be shocked at how much bass and slam they have, going all the way down to 28 Hertz. The speakers measure incredibly well with flat frequency response across the spectrum, producing a neutral sound with massive power that is totally controlled. The JBLs have such great control dispersion that the left and right speakers can be placed either narrow in your room or even extremely wide to the sides of the room. In my case, I placed the 4329s as wide as I could and had them firing straight forward, and they placed a perfectly centered voice right in the middle as if it were coming straight from the Peloton screen. If you really want the best possible stereo audio experience and you want the voicing to come straight from the center, you'll want your Peloton equidistant from each speaker. So let's talk about placement a little more. For a speaker to sound great, you want to make sure that nothing blocks the sound from the speaker to your ears. To pull this off in a home gym and for a Peloton, you want the speakers at about 34 inches from the floor, which should place them perfectly for great sound whether you're on your Peloton, treadmill, bench, or standing up. We carry this specific stand you see here at Audio Advice that is ideal for all the speakers in this video. The one exception is that the larger JBL 4329P speakers have a custom speaker stand that puts them closer to the floor but aims them upward at the correct angle. Be sure to watch our full review of the 4329Ps, which is linked in the description below. So, now that I've told you how great these JBL speakers are, let's talk about the downside. These don't come with an HDMI connection like the Klipsch models do. So if your primary use of powered speakers is to play audio for your television, you might lean towards the Klipsch. You can obviously connect your television via optical to these, but it will require you to use the JBL remote control or speaker itself to change the volume. Not a big deal to most, but just be aware. These come in both black and walnut finishes. At the time of this video, the JBL 4305Ps go for about $2,200 and the 4329Ps go for $4,500. While these are not cheap speakers, if you've been looking for the motivation to get back into your home gym or just to bring a little more fun and happiness into your life, these are simply incredible if you have the budget. I've played with all these speakers in my own home and have learned the ins and outs of each. If you're not sure which is the right speaker for you, please stop by one of our award-winning showrooms or chat or call with our team at audioadvice.com. Our team loves to help people find the exact right solution for their situation and setup. Or go to our detailed review on each speaker in this video or our full article at audioadvice.com that includes the entire comparison chart of inputs, wattage, driver sizes, and everything else all of these powered speakers have. We carry all of these speakers, the matching stands, and the matching equipment at Audio Advice and have a price guarantee, free shipping, and lifetime support. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button and subscribe. Then, if you click notify, you'll get the latest audio and home theater content as we roll it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.